All right. Let's start something. All right. Okay, so everybody is doing good. What I'm just trying to do now is I'm trying to review the markets that we're looking to trade. So the plan of this live is I'm going to be coming live 2 hours a day, and the ultimate goal is to let you guys in on how I trade. So this is the first live video. I'm hoping for many more. Right? So the plan is to trade my thoughts, see me trade live, see me do my analysis live, see me take results live, and real live. And that will just make you guys understand that, oh, okay, trading can be done, and maybe outside all of that, I'll show you vlogs of after this trading, vlogs of how I got on my day. Trade my thoughts, see me trade live, see me do my analysis live, and that will make you guys understand that, okay, trading can be done, and maybe I plan is to see me I'm getting very bad feedback. I'm getting very bad. So I don't know. This sound now, how nice is it going to be? Okay, nice and so I think I can hear myself. I think I can hear myself. Hmm. So first time you do anything, it's not going to be the best, but it's still turning out to be really nice. Still turning out to be really nice. Hmm. All right, guys. So now let me break down everything in this life. I've been spending the last minutes just trying to set everything up. Because if you guys join from the beginning, and I'll leave it there so that later, when people are watching some of these videos, everybody understand that, oh, okay, you don't start anything and it's easy. So this is the first time I am starting live, and I want you guys to understand that my goal is I'm a trader in Nigeria and I focus mainly on prop firms. That's my edge, right? I believe prop firm, if a trader comes into the industry and they gain mastery, I believe that prop firm is the main, should be their main focus. Not live, not flipping, but props. Because it's basically free money, right? All you just need to do is have a solid edge, right? And a day trader by skill set, right? But I also scalp, right? So I'm on the 15-minute time frame right now because I'm trying to see if I can capitalize on a short buy, even though my overall bias is potentially sell for the day on gold, right? And I trade four markets. I trade XAUSD, Euro USD, GBP USD, and NZD USD. So we'll be trading different props. And right now, because of the challenge, we're starting from the very basic um, amount you can get. Now, some people will be asking the question, what is a prop firm? A prop firm is basically capital that companies give you, but it has a, what's the word now use? That's a but. The but is you're going to get the capital you choose, but you will need to invest a certain amount of money initially. So let's say you want to get a 5k prop, which is what we're going to start with. You want to get a 5k prop. What that means now automatically is you need to spend a certain amount. So you may need to spend $5, $10, $20, $50. But with the prop I'm starting with GoFundMe. So basically we started with $17, right? So for a 5k prop. And with that, the aim is not to trade this 5k prop, and um, the aim is to build, right? So what that means is I'm going to spend $17 to get a $5,000 prop, but there is that but. The but is you cannot lose 10% of the account ever. So what that means is you have a trading capital of $500 actually, not 5k, because you cannot lose $500 ever. You can make more than $500, but you cannot lose $500. So as a trader, what that means is the company is giving you 5k leverage but $500 capital. Now I'm spending $17 to get a $500 account. That's not a bad cost, right? Now I need to make 10% on that 5k. So what that means is the overall capital that I have is $500, and I'm supposed to make no 8%. That is, I'm supposed to make $400 on that $500 account. So I'm almost going to double the account. Basically, that's what that means, right? So I'm going to make $400 on a $500 account, and then for the second phase, I'm going to make $250 on that same $500 account. So two phases. The phase one, right, is to make $400 on that 5k prop, and the second phase is to make 250 on that 5k prop, right? Which, as I'm saying, realistically means that you're making $400 on a $500 account and $250 on a $500 account, making it seem a bit harder, but realistically, making it harder than it should be. But that's what trading is. Now, the goal is to pass the challenges, get funded, get payouts, right? And then use the payouts to scale, right? So likely make a certain payout, get maybe 10k, get 50k, get 25k prop, and then pass and then scale from there. What I would like is to pass everything. So I trade this 5k, I pass. I have a 10k too, I pass. 25k pass, 50k pass, 100k pass. But that's not realistic. In trading, you spend money knowing that okay, I'm spending $17 now to get access to a $500 account. I know that risking $50 is already me making my initial capital back if I even get a 1% profit. Like if I make even 1% profit on that 5k, which is $50, I've already made back the initial investment. So all I'm simply doing is capitalizing on risk. I can easily stay invest multiple $17 to get multiple 5k props. So there is no pressure, there is no risk. I'm not hoping that this is the make or break it. I'm not hoping that oh, this prop must go work for me. If not, I'm not going to make it. And like no, I'm trading knowing that okay, I can take the risk, right? And I'm looking for the best trades to capitalize on. So what you just do is you follow me, we look through the market, and then you have an idea what I'm talking about. So this is typically how my analysis is going to be, right? My analysis is like this, where usually we start on the daily. I'm a day trader. I don't trade the daily time frame, but I base my trade off the daily time frame. And if you follow me through everything that I'll be doing for only God knows how long, right? You will understand that every time we are predicting the direction of the market, we always hinge on where the daily time frame is and where it's likely heading to. So right now on the daily time frame, we can ideally say that we are uptrend. What I mean by uptrend for those who likely watch this video and are complete beginners. Uptrend is a situation where you observe that over time the market is buying, right? Gold is bullish, right? So we are looking at this decline as temporal and not permanent. So what that means is I am seeing this trend as an uptrend. I don't expect this market to break past this zone that I've drawn, which is my order block. And I expect the market, after making this new low, to expect the market to make a new higher high. That's a very basic analysis of this uptrend. So now we have mitigated the zone. So this area is the best area to enter a buy from, right? If we get a buy opportunity here, if you are swing trading, the goal will be to enter a trade here and hold it initially, or hold not initially, sorry, hold it till the market should get to the daily high or a new daily high. Right? That will be an amazing trade, but that will mean that you have to hold this trade for multiple months because it's likely going to take 2 to 3 months for this market to move all the way to mitigate this new high. I'm a day trader, so I'm not focused on holding the trade to mitigate this daily high. I'm focused on capitalizing on the moves that present themselves as either the daily keeps buying to the upside or as the daily maybe comes back to mitigate the zone to go up. Any random movement that the daily market makes, I'm going to utilize it on the 1 hour and then reap some profit out of that. If I take losses, that's fine. It just means that I got the direction wrong. But my main goal is to always hinge my trade off the daily time frame. So now, what do I want to get information from here? Okay, I mitigated the other block. We are buying internal structure wise. We broke an internal structure high. So we are at a point where there should be a decline. So this is how it works. After a break of a high, a break of a low, there's usually pullback. So internal structure wise, we have made a new high. So what that means now is there's a possibility that the market will decline to somewhere within this area. So the area I'm talking about is this area here. The market can easily come mitigate this area anywhere in this area and then buy. That is the hope. That's the plan. We're already seeing the market mitigated this, but for me, this is not enough of a decline, right? We want to likely see the market maybe come back down a bit lower, mitigate this area here, anywhere within this area, and then shoot up. So what that means is on the 1 hour time frame, if I go to the 1 hour time frame and I see that the trend is downtrend, it means that the idea that I just presented right now, which is the market should come down and mitigate this level that I drew, is likely going to play. So now I'll have a selling bias. But if I go to the 1 hour time frame and the trend is bullish, it means that we are still bullish. We have broken this daily high and we're still buying. So there's a possibility that the impulse is still at play. Right? So if the impulse still at play, we buy. If it's already selling, then we know that okay, the pullback to start, we sell. Once we know the pullback to start, we can sell and hold a bit longer. If the impulse is still in play, we can keep buying. But I'm buying knowing that okay, at a point the pullback will start, so I cannot buy with like complete like the mistake to make is oh I'm buying here and I'm holding expected market to just shoot up and keep shooting up to the daily high, right? So this is how trading well, this is how my system works. We base our trade off the daily time frame. We go to the 1 hour and we anticipate certain trends, making sure that they align with the daily, and then we just make money off it. And if we lose, right? If we lose, we lose. So I've been over talking this, but let's just look at the 1 hour time. So this line 1D right, is the internal structure low that we broke, high, sorry, that we broke, and at some point we had the market shifting right here. So we had the market shift here to sell, respecting this level. So that was that mitigation, our first mitigation that we got from the daily level. I was like, oh, you mitigated, but not valid enough for me. So this was the mitigation. Buying, looking for a buying opportunity from here would have been amazing, right? There was this other block play here that I could have easily capitalized on, and this was a good trade here. So people who capitalized on this held the buy and they are still in the buy expecting the market to buy. So for me, this is not enough mitigation. So the trend for me is still bullish. We have mitigated the fib at the wrong time, which most of the things that make my edge I'll explain with time. So we had a mitigation of my fib at the wrong time. I use fib as a zone. I use fib and I use other blocks. Right? So right now I don't expect the market to buy, even though the trend is uptrend, right? Because we mitigated the zone at the wrong time for me. So what I want to do is I'm having the buyers that this market will still sell, and where is it going to sell from? Expecting to either sell from this fib or sell from this other block. I don't know, I'm not God, right? So what I can do is I can use entry confirmations to be sure of the direction. So that's how we make it work. Now, scalping comes into play where, okay, I expect price to come to this zone. So as it's buying to the zone, I can just go to the lower time frame, see if I can get a buy opportunity, buy. I don't need to be patient to wait. You know, the rule when we're learning how to trade anyway, I will wait for, even if it takes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, wait for price to come and mitigate your zone and only trade in your zone. But in reality, price heading to the zone can be the trade of the day. So you can actually get the buy as price is heading towards the zone. And you're done. That can pass your profit. You don't need to wait for the main move of the market to start. The main move of the market can start when you're sleeping. So what you want to do, especially for gold, what you want to do is you want to see how you can capitalize off the direction. So direction wise, we are still uptrend on a 1 hour time frame, which means that we are impulse phase, whether we like it or not, based on the daily. So if we sell, then it means that okay, we can sell to mitigate the level and continue buying long term. The main thing is we're expecting a sell opportunity from gold to D. If I take a loss, it's not a big deal. Right? If my direction is wrong, that's fine. But I've done this, tested this, traded with prop with this, past profit with this. So I've passed profit with. I'm just doing this live so everybody's knowing that oh okay, this can be done. Like you don't need to be trading at one corner and doing your thing. Like you can live show people that this is real, that you're not doing Yahoo, right? So my analysis 50-minute time frame, I'm expecting the market to buy to my level and to, I'm expecting the market to come mitigate this other block on 15 minutes to give us a sell, a trade, a buy before the market mitigates our flip. I would love that because I would be able to capitalize on the move before the main move. So that can already be enough for me for the day. But that's for gold. So I've used gold to kind of explain my setup. So what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to breeze through every other market, right? So that it will be easy for you. So EU has similar setup with gold, right? Yeah, similar in this sense. So EU, the trend for EU is different. The trend for EU is downtrend, and then we are pulling back. And as we are pulling back, the entire time, the internal structure time frame is bullish to facilitate the pullback. And then we broke this daily high. So there's a possibility that we can start the pullback, right? Because after every break of a high or a low, there is pullback. So right now we're expecting that pullback on the 1 hour time frame. We say uptrend, still buy, obviously, but we know that that's impulse and that might not last for long. So this is the break of the level, and then we are currently uptrend. I drew this line to signify that I'm expecting a possible break of structure to the downside to facilitate the pullback. But the market might not pull back. The market can just keep buying, right? So just like gold, we mitigated my zone at the wrong time. So when it comes to timing, I'll explain in time. So I'm expecting the market to still sell, but I can buy as a scalp. So I can scalp a bullish play, but my main direction is still bearish. So let me set an alert for this because I expect this to play out. Alright. So you see that my system is very easy. If it's seeming difficult, though, it's just because of basic concepts that you might not understand yet. So we can go to the daily time frame again for NZD USD, and you can see that for NZD USD, the trend is bearish also. Why? Because we broke a daily low. We are pulling back. This zone is an internal structure high because the trend is downtrend. The market can either respect the main fib and sell, or you can respect this internal structure high and sell. we have had a tip, right? But if you cover the whole zone, then this is the value mitigation. But for now, I'm just covering the tip. So the simple principle here is if we see on the 1 hour time frame, right, the expectation is to say bearish. So you see that every market we're expecting sells at the end of the day, right? So the market might sell, but in this case, for NZUSD, I might be anticipating bullish trend. Why? Because I feel that we might still go a bit deeper. But if we do mitigate this level, which we have already, and I see a downtrend on the 1 hour time frame, I'm still willing to sell too. Right? So trend out of all the trends, it's the 1 hour time frame that the NZUSD has a similar analysis, right, to the daily. So the 1 hour time frame is currently bearish, and I'm expecting the market to sell, right? Because we already mitigated that daily level. So that's how this stuff works. So now, just like my other analysis, so sorry for that. So we're looking at the 15-minute time frame, and all I am trying to do is I'm trying to see how I can capitalize on internal structure. So one thing you understand about major currency pairs, like focus on crypto, crypto, focus on forex right now. One thing about major currency pairs is they are usually going to be in sync, right? So whatever analysis you have for one, have for the other. The reason why it's still good to trade them together, not just trade only one, is because sometimes one might give you liquidity issues, um, one might not mitigate your level as you want. So you might trade three similar pairs, but one will just give the best setup. The rest might just be messy. That is how you make money that day, right? So all this stuff kind of help at the end of the day. So the last market is GU. GU is the most messy right now because GU, and I'll show you why. So GPUSD, just like every other market, is downtrend also. So GPUSD downtrend. I'm mitigating this level. I expect the market to sell from here, just like I expect the market to sell for every other pair that we have seen. But we are currently uptrend, and then this is a massive range at the moment. So G is ranging where we have equal highs and then we have equal lows. So I cannot predict this market, right? Because currently it's ranging rather than it being downtrend or uptrend. And I lose my edge when the trend isn't trending. And if the market isn't uptrend or downtrend, I usually notice I'll lose my edge. So I can't actually, if I wanted to trade this, I'll be like, I'll look for opportunities to buy and maybe buy till this high and then maybe from there sell. But every other market I have is cleaner, so there's no need for me to force myself to trade this market. So all I just have to do is leave it and then focus on the markets that I'm expecting. So that's it. Once you do your forecasting trading, trading becomes very boring because now everything you need to do to find the direction, you have done it. So at this point, all you can do is you have to just wait. You can't do any other thing again. You just have to wait, and that's where the problem is. So now, um, I won't talk about the prop firm. Oh, I've already spoken about prop firm, good funded, but I won't talk about like I won't promote anything today. It's just my first live. So everything I'm doing today is just to know. I just want to show up. Right? I said I was going to do live today. I have to show up. Right? And this is my first live, so it's not going to be nice. I know my audio is not going to be. My audio is not that nice. Pardon me. Right? The mic I got isn't working for some weird reason. I don't know why. So I'll likely have to get another one. Um, so all right, now I just want to talk about some things. Yeah. So the plan is to be making as I'm trading that every like you can see me. I don't want to be saying everybody because it's nobody, right? So as I'm trading, I want you to understand some aspects, right? Let's say you are coming into this space, right? You are coming to this space right now. You don't really know anything about trading. Personally, I don't have a course yet. Let me what yet because I might sell a course. I don't want to be the guys that be like, oh, I won't sell a course and then I'll later sell a course now. I don't have integrity, no. So I might sell a course later on, but for now, I'm not selling a course. I personally, what I'm doing now isn't new, right? I worked at Happy Forex Academy for like 2 to 3 years, right? So I already have the experience of teaching. I have the experience of trading. The reason I'm starting on the 5K is I want to start from this is my first video. I'm going to be trading live. So I want to start from a number that I feel like everybody can relate to. I don't want to start trading 100K profit. And now everybody's like, I can't even access. That's like 600, 400 something dollar, 500 something dollar. So I'm starting where I believe everybody can start from. Right? My main focus is 9 to 5. I did 9 to 5 for 2 to 3 years as a tutor at Hard Forex Academy. So I can tell you for sure that 9 to 5 and trading is very difficult to connect the two. Everybody says that, oh, trading is really good when you do have income coming in. So you don't need to be panicking and afraid when you're trading, which is true. But the truth is there are levels to it. So if you are starting, you're a beginner, you want to learn how to trade, but you don't have maybe the money now that most academies are calling like $500, $800, $300, all of them. What I would advise you to do, right? Because I was self-taught. I was self-taught and I became so good that I was able to be a tutor in an academy. I want you to understand that, right? So I didn't go to any academy. I didn't learn from one person that guided me, a mentorship, blah blah blah. But I became a mentor for people, and those people are able, like some of them that I follow up, are doing so well. You get. I have a student that just got he passed his prophet. I've been with him from the time he was playing prop till now that he has passed his first prophet, right? And it just gives me joy, and there are many others. So I can give some advice on this. Number one, you don't necessarily need mentorship, right? And I'll speak as someone who has been a mentor, right? And the truth is, you don't need. I didn't get mentorship, right? And I feel like my trading got better simply because of I didn't have a direct mentor. Now, there will be a time in your trading career where having a direct mentor is very helpful. But in the beginning, not necessary because you might be learning from the wrong person. If you're a beginner and you go to academy now, if it's not an academy that has standards where the tutors are trading, because you can very well teach people and not be trading, it's possible, right? Like there are a lot of people that are doing that. So you can be taught by someone who isn't really a trader, or you can be taught by someone who acts like he's trading, but he's not really making his money from trading, right? So what you want to do in the beginning is you want to have an open mind. You want to find the best people in the field, right? This is where podcasts come in. What you want to do is you want to listen to podcasts where they're interviewing traders, and the traders who are not outright just spamming gambling talk, right? Not the ones that are saying, "Oh, I made $1 million in 2 months trading, starting with 100." Like you don't want to listen to those kind of people. You want to listen to people who show you that, oh, I've been trading for a set period of time and there's consistent results, and this is how I did it. What you can do is you can listen to those podcasts. This is a complete beginner now. Just type interview, forex trader interview, right? Listen to like 3, 4 traders that they interview. Anyone that gravitates towards you, for me, when I started, I wasn't even a podcast, right? We just spammed YouTube search engine. I was like, trader that makes money, trading, like we just spam nonsense, but we found people at the end of the day. But right now, there's so much information online that you don't even, and most of these guys who come online, they literally have free course. Like, I feel like creating a course and then selling it, that era is like, the era still exists, but that era is gone, because on your own you can actually check online and you can find a lot of rich content. Happy Forex page, there is literally rich content there on the live page. You don't even need to pay. Like, I'm being honest, right? You don't need to pay. All the information is there. Dax, all the information is on his YouTube page. Any big trader you can think of, all the information, Scooby, all the information is on the YouTube page. So at this point, what you just see now is you don't need to spend money again. You just need to take that time to study. Mentorship now will come later, right? So you can find the best traders around you for free by just checking on YouTube. Even me, I've left some good, content for, not for complete beginners, but for like people who are already trading, right? In my on my YouTube videos, and I'll still even make more, obviously. But I'm just ranting. But I just want to understand that you can listen to trader podcasts, find good traders that they interview, and then you can just go to their social media handles and you can find rich content that you can start learning from. There are some traders, there's a trader that has like 11 hours worth of um, just free course, starting from what is Forex to market structure, right? So you don't need to spend money, but you need to spend time and data. And time and data right now, I think is like, if you are a beginning trader, except you don't have time, then I will say, okay, yes, go to an academy. That's the best way to do it. But in the beginning, you don't want to spend that money. You want to keep the money for trading. I will just advise you follow trader interviews, listen to them, follow their content, free information. You don't need to spend money, because most of the information I'm spending money on, they're not good. Right? I've taught in the space. I can tell you for sure, it's not good. Most traders who teach, they're not good traders. Like, honest, and I'm not saying it from a scammy. I'm trying to like drag everybody. I'm being very honest, right? They're not that good. So what you can do is follow these steps. You can get free information that is of good quality from people who are actually trading, right? Like for me, my edge is Profirms. I don't trade live. I don't flip. I flip with Profirms, but I don't flip with live. I just believe that Profirm is the way to go for a trader, especially if you want to have, like what I explained, $17 for $500, right? The only thing you spend is that money and time. But that money and time can give you 10x, 20x of what you invested in. So that is a very good ROI, even if you lose some, right? If I spend $17 four times and I pass one winning trade, I've recovered all the money I spent, and then I still have that account to literally make consistent income from. So I believe Profem, even though there's time consumption involved, it still makes the most sense, right? So EU is already looking to play out right now. That's quite nice. Imagine that this live, I take a winning trade today. That would be nice. That would be a nice way to start this channel, right? So um, yeah, so we'll just keep looking. So I just ranted, I just explained, oh, this is what you can do. Alright, so you guys want to join. I'll just keep ranting, right, while we're waiting for trades to play out. That's how my money is going to just be going. Alright, so another rant. Right, Profens. Now, um I'm not gonna, I told myself that this first video I won't be spamming any unnecessary stuff. Right. So let me just keep ranting about um trading, right? So some of you might have negative view on Profirms, and your negative view on Profirm might be from the perspective of payments, right? So I trade, they don't pay me, so I'm never going to trade with them again. I understand, right? Now, in this space, there are brokers that if you, when I mean broker, I mean, let's say I want to trade life capital now. There are brokers that if you fund your money with, they will also run, right? It's not like, oh, it's just this space. In every trading space, there are people who need your money to run, and there are people who are bringing value, so they expect you to pay for that value, right? So prop firm is really nice because you get free capital, but it's not every prop firm that can pay, right? So in a point, you need to be realistic. So in this space, the money isn't necessarily the prop firm isn't trading with you, right? Basically, prop firm space is big book space. What that means is they are going at like they are betting against majority of the individuals who want to trade, right? Which most brokers also do. It's not so special. So now, what do I mean by that? I mean, now let's say I'm trading this 5K prop, right? It's 5K, $17. I'm like a speck in the ocean right now. You say a speck? No, like a drop in the ocean. So I get this 5K prop, I'm trading it. I spend $17, I get funded, and then on that 5K prop, I make 20K. Do you get? Because I'm just spamming lot size. I'm spamming one lot, one lot, one lot. The probability of that prop firm paying me is zero. Do you get? Like at that point, it's not realistic, right? So there are some things that some people do with prop. What you should really gain mastery and understanding is what you spend relative to the money you can make consistently over time, right? So you spend 100K prop, you spend 500 something dollar to get 100K prop, you cannot lose 10K. That 10K now, if you are planning to make 100K in 1 month from that 10K, that is, you want to make 100K on 100K prop, your mentality is wrong. So you're looking at that prop like as if it's live. But you cannot trade prop the way you trade live. If it's a live account and you have 100K, you might be aiming for 100K because you want to do that. But with prop firm, you're only spending $500. So to get a 10K account, you have a 10K account, you spent 100, 500 something dollar. If you can make 5K consistently, 6K, 7K, even 4, even 3K consistently, mathematically speaking, even just one winning trade and you withdraw, you're already up. I don't know if you get my point. Like you don't trade, you don't take profit like life. Profit is mathematical. You have to look at it like, okay, I'm spending $500 to get the potential 10K that will pay off the money I invested and to cover me profit wise when I do win in the winning months I have, to cover me in such a way that when I lose, even if I make 5K from this prop and I blow the prop firm, I did not blow 100K. I blew $500. I made 3K. I made money. Like you have to look at prop firm like that. So if you're looking at prop firm like life accounts and you are judging your prop firm to be the ways it should be, oh, I should trade it like life and I should make money the way I'll make it in life, you're not going to you're not going to you're not going to benefit from that. Yeah, can I call you back? Can I call you back? Yeah, thank you. All right. Enough ranting. I just want to show up anyway today, so we'll just keep pushing with that. trade of volume. Oh, so keep waiting, expecting our setup to present themselves. Setups present themselves. Just execute, right? So G is out of our list for today. Gold expecting buy before mitigation of the zone. EU expecting buy before mitigation of the zone. NZUSD expecting buy before mitigation of the zone. Now I have three setups, all of them similar, right? First question is, and this is where trading becomes very interesting. First question, sorry. All right, so I was breaking down something. So we have three setups. We have EU, we have NZUSD, we have gold. All of them buys, all of them potential buys before mitigating the zone where we cannot expect sell. So right now I'm expecting is I'm scalping at the moment, right? I'm having the scalping hat. Now out of the three, let's look at it probability wise. First of all of them are not play out. There's a potential that all of them, the market will just sell mainly. Why? Because we have news coming out, right? By 11 o'clock today. So we have EU news coming out, and then we have 3 o'clock news coming out. These are impact news. If you're trading prop, you will need to keep notes of time news releases because you cannot trade during high impact news, right? Some props will allow you, but I like to make sure that there's no reason why if I want to, if I'm trying to pass a prop or I'm trying to get a payout, I don't want any reason for the prop to kind of flag me, right? So this is how I trade mainly. So the three, first of all, is how many trades will I take the whole three? The answer is no, right? So I won't take the whole three trades at the same time. Let's say they all tap the zone at the same time. They give me entry at the same time. Will I take the whole three at the same time? The answer is no. If I take three of the trades, risking 1% per trade, what that means is I am risking 3%. And there's a potential that the three might bust, right? So I'll take 3% drawdown today. Personally, I don't advise that. I see people, especially beginner traders, trading multiple markets, they trade like that. So what they do is maybe because they want to be part of everything, they will just reduce their risk. So the risking 0.25% on the whole three if they get the opportunity. In the beginning, I did that, but I came to understand that okay, no, right? You cannot let fear make you make certain decisions, right? If you take one trade and you risk on that one trade, now you're open with just two options. Either it plays out or not. If it plays out, right, you lose. If it doesn't play out, like if it plays out, you don't lose. I mean, if it plays out, you make money, and you would make more than what you would make if you are risking on the three, right? But if it happens to play out, right? If it happens to not play out, you just lose, right? Now, the good thing is I don't need to be like active on all the three. I just need to find the one that aligns to my edge the most, and I bet on that. If it doesn't play out, it's fine, right? But the markets I trade are similar, so there's no situation where one will buy, the other one will sell, right? It will be weird. If one, what usually will play out is one might not give me the entry, the other one will give me the entry. Like that's what I usually notice, right? So in that situation, what you just do is just focus on the one that gives you the best edge and then just execute on that. And you notice that you'll be fine. Like for me personally. So that whole splitting risk, taking multiple trades, I don't advise that because at the end of the day, now you're just like there's more tension because now you're taking more trades. But you just focus on one, you risk 1%. If I get this trade on EU now, I can easily make 1 to 4, 1 to 5. Right? That's like if I'm risking $50, that's I've made $250, which is not bad. I made like almost more than half of my target, right? Just on one trade. So I'm not stressed. There's no pressure, right? So I don't know. Personally, for me, I just prefer to enter one trade per time. Now, personally, trading wise, I have a cap on the total number of trades the total number of losses that I can take in a day, right? Which is two. So I cannot lose more than two trades a day. Most of the time, I don't even trade more than once a day, in all honesty. So I could lose today and that might just be it. But in wins, I can trade two, three times in a day. But once I take two losses, I'm just done for that day. Right? So it just makes it easy for me. So personally, as all of them are buying, I'm expecting buys from them. You see that maybe one might give me, the other one might not. Like you see that kind of randomness. But personally, I don't. I just focus on the best one. The one that's looking the best right now is EU. Right? EU is looking the best. So if EU gives me a good trade, I'll take it. Gold is looking more like it will just go straight and to get the zone. So let's just. Oh no, we're not stressed. Everything's playing out. But this trading is you just be patient. If I was trading by myself, it was not live right now, I would honestly be on the bed lying down. Like honestly, I'll just honestly be on the bed. Because study is usually in the afternoon. I usually study in the afternoon if I want to study. Right? And I have my gig in the night, so not in the night, like in the evening. Like that's when I do like, remote work and all of that. So technically right now the main thing is just to get the hang of. I just want to show you guys how trading is, how trading can be, how it's not hard, it's not stressful. You don't need to be overthinking things. Like when you open your chart and you're like, is this market buying or selling? I don't know if it's buying or selling. Like if you can, like once you get to that point where you're on the 1 hour time frame and you're like, this market is buying, this market, I don't know. Because some people they're already like buying. Like some people, right? And it's not wrong, right? Some people they are trading fib, they plot their fib, they're already in this trade, they have placed a buy already, right? And they are not wrong. Like for me now, I'm saying, this market sell. Like this market can sell and continue buying, for example. But the main thing is just knowing, like, if you have an edge and then you study it, like there are certain statements I'll make, like, oh, the price mitigates my zone at the wrong time. I don't expect it to play out, stuff like that, right? So and then maybe consider internal structure. Like, see, there are many concepts. Trading is not easy. There are many concepts. Like, even how I'm making my system is easy. Trend, daily trend, 1 hour trend, 15-minute trend, all in sync with the main direction, right? But this is where it gets a bit tricky. You need to understand the concepts very well. Some people mix internal structure and main trend. Some people don't know how to plot their zones correctly. Some people just blankly don't know the trend at all. For some people, they might look at this market and say, oh, this market is downtrend. And to be fair to them, in a sense, if that's how they learn structure, that's fine, right? But structure is deeper than just you see high, you see low, and just plot high and low. No, right? But so it's very just you just need to understand that you need to master direction. If you're going to make money in this space, if you're going to make money in trading, if you're going to enjoy trading where you enter a trade and you know that if this market should play out, it should play out well. There should be nothing that should stop this market from going in that direction. It's when you understand direction very well. If you enter a trade and the market buys for 1 hour and comes back to take you out, and it happens every time. So every time you place a trade, the market will just play out small and it start going back against you. Play out small, start going back against you. you are always in the wrong side of the market. If every like this, like if you know that this is your problem, I place trade, I buy, I sell. If I buy, the market will buy small and sell. If I sell, the market will sell small and buy. You're always in the wrong direction. So what you want to do is your strategy might not be wrong, but your other aspects of your system might not be wrong, but your direction is wrong. So what you want to do is you want to try and master direction. And for me, I've learned many. I'm, I told you I've self-taught. I've learned SMC. I've learned retail. I've learned ICT. The only thing I think I've not learned is volume profile, right? Because I feel like even though it's helpful, basic entry concepts can still work. So there's no need to like overdo and have things on my chart and all of that. But I can tell you for sure, SMC has the best core direction principles. Like if you really want to learn direction, I would advise you 100 over 100. The reason I won't recommend ICT is because it will take you months. Like for you to master cool ICT direction, it's going to take you like maybe 3 to 4 months of precise learning to gain mastery. Except you find a good mentor who will not teach you everything, but just teach you one aspect, right? Just one aspect, and then maybe that would be the way to go. But for me, I would advise that you find if you, obviously I'm giving advice to someone who is just learning how to trade. This is like these are things that I wish someone told me when I started learning how to trade them. Though SMC concept was a new concept then, ICT concept was a new concept then, right? It was not normal. You were like you had to have problem if you wanted to learn those concepts then because you were like why do you want to make trading very hard for you? But in all honesty, I really noticed that every time I observe retail traders and I observe SMC traders and ICT traders, SMC traders usually have that edge when it comes to direction. Like they know how to link the daily, from the monthly. Like if you meet a good, I'm a good SMC trader. If you meet a good SMC trader, they can literally link the 1 month time frame to the 1 minute time frame, and everything will be in sync. They will tell you how the 1 minute will react to the 15, and how the 15 will react to the hour, and how the hour will react to the 4 hour to the daily, and how the daily react to the weekly, how the weekly react to the monthly, and everything will be in sync, right? Now, does it mean that you won't take losses? Yeah, you will take losses, but if you really understand it and then you have other simple concepts to add, like simple, like for me, I understand liquidity concepts, I don't use it, right? Not because it's not, it can help, it's a big deal, blah, 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 blah. But if you understand direction from internal structure to main structure, you would always notice those liquidity concepts and you will know why, right? So sweep of the high, but you know that, okay, this sweep of the high is not real. So you won't be expecting, you won't be like, oh, I must see liquidity. Just if anytime you see liquidity, you know that okay, this is the reason. I just continue. You not even you rarely even lose, right? Like not you like I've not really taken trades where I was liquidity. It's very hard for me to be part of certain trades and then I discovered I'm liquidity. Right. So nah. Even just with normal direction. So that was another rant. So with time, my plan is to maybe organize my life to be a bit better. I think what I'll do maybe I'll be looking to do live 3 times a week, right? Or maybe when I observe the market wants to, maybe I can be coming live maybe randomly on maybe every day. So I might do my analysis normally. Like today now, I've broken down how I analyze the market, right? So maybe any other time I'm coming live, I'll just come live to show my trade is about to play out. Let's see how it plays out. Oh, this is my entry and all of that, and then just and I'm done, right? But for today, I'll be ranting. So at other times, I would have other things I'm doing too. Maybe I might teach um, basic, like teach everything basically here for free. I have my own free course, like a free course on YouTube live that you guys join. Well documented, well taught from a mentor that has taught people. I didn't, oh, I want to make money now. Start teaching people. No, like I have taught for more than 2 years, right? I've taught elderly, young. The truth is, trading is very easy. So I can just even bring it here because I don't really see the need of gatekeeping anymore. That area of gatekeeping knowledge in trading isn't certain knowledge. Yeah, you can still gatekeep, right? Certain knowledge you can still gatekeep, but basic trading principles you don't need to gatekeep anymore, right? Higher high, higher low, order block, fee, all this is already online, right? Entry already online, liquidity already online, top-down analysis, which is quite like it's hard to find people who can teach you top-down analysis very well in this space. That one I can tell you for sure, right? Where you start analyzing from the daily, weekly, month, depending on the kind of trader you are, and then link it to the lower time frame and then have clear unity in time frame linkage. Very few people can do it, but right? I think that's what I'll just do. Some of the live videos, I'll just teach them. I'll just teach it for free. So A is looking to play out. A might be the trade we might take today. Hopefully, it doesn't. This would be weird to take a loss on my first line. It would be so weird. But to take a win, that would be nice. But I don't really have control over. I don't really have control over that. So I can just trade. I can only just trade. That's just it. So it would be nice, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Let's see. This is where I like to compare EU and GU. So EU, GU is not even looking like it's pulling back yet. GU is just okay. So I don't know. Usually GU and EU have shown me shaking. Right? So I like to see them in sync. I really like to see them in sync. Because usually one will mess up, the other one will be good. So it's just for you to build mastery, knowing which one will likely be good at that time. Right? And then work with that. So alright, so he is looking to give a good setup. Let's see. NZD USD. I've not even tried to get to that level. Let's see, two. Alright. So we have been triggered. So this is where we have to go to the entry time frame. Right? But ideally what I do is I like to wait for the candle to close, right? You get why. So what we can do is we can wait for 2 minutes, wait for the candle to close. I won't just enter. Now, depending on kind of entry you work with, as let's say you are um, what do you call them now? You're not a conservative trader, like in terms of entry, you're aggressive, right? You just want to enter as price is mitigating your zone. You would have entered this trade like this, stop loss maybe below, so this would be like 10 pip. So you're looking at maybe 10 pip, and your risk reward might be 1 to 2 to 1 to 3, right? So you're looking at the market doing this. So typically I send trades like this to my signal group when I'm active. I've not really been active on my signal group for the longest time because that time to take the trade, teach people, still be dropping signals, it's not easy, bro. I respect guys who do like happy I respect them. Like actively teaching, actively um, trading, actively still sending signals, bro, it's not easy, right? But right now it's going to be easy for me because that teaching aspect has kind of dropped. So now I'm just locked in on myself. So that's quite nice. So if I was if I was sending this straight to the signal group, I'll just send it like this. I'll just say, oh, guys, everybody buy this, so that they just know that and maybe it's can be 1 to 2.5, right, something like this. And this will be the signal. The good thing about this is no stress. There's enough space, right? 10 people. For EU, 10 people is large, right? My usual stop loss is like 5 people. So that's which is not bad. All right, so we have the closure of the candle. So what I can do now is I can go to the 1 minute and then I'll look for my entry, and then just work with that. But we have to see if the market will give us a good trade. Now, my entry would be this. This is now what I'll be looking for, because usually I'm aiming for 1 to 5. So if you're aiming for 1 to 5, you will need to take a bit more risk, right? So now I can easily make 1 to 2 point. If this trade should play out, I could make 1 to 2.5 easily. Place the entry, leave it, go and sleep. Right? I don't need to do any other thing again. But I have a bit more time in my hands, and I like to capitalize on moves a bit more. So that will just make it that I have to wait for the setup play. Even if it's going to take a bit longer, I can take a bit more risk. I can even take 2 trades. First one might be a boss, second one might be good, stuff like that. So we have a reaction of our level already. If you place the trade, you'll be in little profit, right? Personally, I'm waiting for the structure to change so that I can enter as a better um, stop loss. So instead of 10 pip, I can be entering at 4 pip, 5 pip, and that would be nice. Alright, so now while we are on EU, we can still be looking at the other setups, seeing if we can get any potential trade. So you can't just be stuck on one. We have one that's still at play, so we have this one that is still potentially to play out. So I can set my alarm here, expecting mitigation at this level. So this is the trade we're anticipating, and we still have NZUSD. So G doesn't even like wants to pull back. So it's only EU that has given us and navigated our level, the level we're expecting the market to come and react, which right here is the play on the 1 minute time frame. We wait. I've already I'm already on my phone on EU, and now how much do I want to risk? So I have a 5K, but I also have a 10K, and the way I trade, I rotate the account, right? So I'm starting with the 10K because the big bigger, and I'm really used to that figure. So how much am I risking? $100, right, to make $500 if possible. So all I just need to do is when the market changes structure, either internal structure or main structure, when the market changes structure, I can now calculate my stop loss to make it a bit smaller. I usually, on average, work with 5 pip. To calculate your loss size very easily without stress. In my own case, what am I risking on this trade? $100. $100 divided by 5 pip that I use on average 5, that will turn out to be 20. Divide 20 by 10, that will be 2. So what that means is I'm going to likely, not I'm going to likely, if this should play out, I'm risking 2 lots right on the trade. 2 lots. Now, Profem, Profems will have on average $5 to $7 per lot. So on this trade now, I'm going to be risking 2 lots on 5 pip. What that will make it to be will be, I will be risking, let's say it's $5, so $10 to open the trade, $10 close it, so that's $20. So I'm risking $100, $20 on top of that, right? So you see that will be $120 I'm risking. If you don't want that, what you can do is you can instead calculate $80 divided by 5 divided by 10. So you're looking at 1.6 lots. So use 1.6 lots, it will be, the number you spend will be lower, but that will average it back to $100. But you're risking $80 overall. So if you make 5 hours with $80, that's you'll be making $400. No, yeah, $400 and 5 hours. So let's watch. So the market is still selling. If you were taking this trade, instant execution, you'll be at loss. You'll be at loss. So let's just watch and see. So this is where you still have to be patient with your entry. The hope is if it doesn't play out, let's not even give us an entry. Let's just keep selling, and then we dodge a very good loss by that, which would be nice. I really like that if it's not going to play out. But if it does give us entry, we have to execute whether it's valid or not. So this is the part where I stand. I'll be sitting down. Ooh, let me stretch. Let me stretch. So now it's 4, only got no, I think 6, 8. I'm sitting down. So I don't know, guys. How to sit down for hours, bro. Like I'm used to standing for hours, but I'm not used to sitting down for hours. Usually I'm on the go every time. Even when I'm trading, I'm usually on the go. So it's an interesting situation. All right, let's go. All right, so having a push right now. So XAU is one that looks good right now. NZUSD still hasn't backed down as well. G G is messy right now. G doesn't have a play for us. So what I'm looking at right now is MZD and EU, right? That seems to make the most sense. But EU makes the most sense more. So just have to keep watching. So entry wise, this is where we have that other issue. So you have to be patient to wait for your setup to play out. And then you still have to be patient to wait for your entry to play out. I'm thinking of instead of working with I'm thinking instead of working with Telegram, I'm thinking of having like a WhatsApp community because I'm more on WhatsApp majority of the time than I am on any other space. So I'm still thinking on that, but creating a WhatsApp channel won't be a bad idea though. I would not, that would be a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. So we're still watching. While we're watching, we are waiting for. Wait, why is this touching now? While we're watching, we're still waiting for other setup plays. And NZD gold. So until our alarm is triggered for those ones, we don't have any trade opportunity. So I was talking about the channel, and I think I'm trying to even create the channel like right now. Because that is actually not a bad idea. Then I'll just be posting to the channel and then because I'm more on WhatsApp, honestly, majority of the time. It's hard for me. I'm on Telegram, but I hardly open Telegram. I hardly open Telegram. Just on WhatsApp majority of the time. So alright, so I'm not even looking at you at all. Alright, so he's giving that rejection. Let's see. We're already having that rejection. We have this first rejection here. So we have the first rejection, right? Personally, what I want to see is I want to see the market react back down, give me another reaction, and then that won't be a bad way to get this trade. Let's see. But if this buy is massive, then we might just even enter the second time. massive buy. All right, so potentially this can be a good trade, right? What's time? 10. Okay, it's not the time for the news here. I'm not really reacting. Moving on like this. So potentially we can have a good trade like this, 50% mitigation. So this would be the entry. The reason why the stop loss is this large is because anything can happen. So 5 pip, as we said, we are looking at 2 lots and we can place the trade. So we can place the trade. This would be a limit order, buy limit, and then we can place the trade. That will be 1.16. Am I sure? Let me delete this just in case. 1.16845, and I'll just place the trade first to make sure I don't miss it. Alright, so I've placed the trade. So now what I can do is I'll set my stop loss. My stop loss price will be 1.16795. Yeah, I need to place the trade again. Made a mistake. I'm on live for anything I'm saying is okay. All right, so now why did I buy off this level, right? Why did I buy off this level? Why did I buy off this level? Even though we are still validly in the potential downtrend around 1 minute. So I'll explain it in 2 ways. The first way I explain it is we are already sure that this market should buy from this zone, already sure. So we don't need too much analysis into let me even screenshot this before I actually keep talking because I like to do that. Um, so copy link. I have a Notion journal, right, where I place my trade. So this will be the before trade. I'm looking to paste this. Alright, so I want to be sure of something. Alright, so we have this one done. So this is how you like go about you keep your journal, keep your track record while you are trading. So you don't need to be messy about your analysis, right? You can be very clean, right? Keep your journal still within your analysis, still in your trade. So I was talking about the setup, right? And I was saying, okay, why am I now overall this is downtrend. This is internal structure play. We are seeing the internal structure play in a 15-minute level where I'm expecting the market should buy from. I can take it, right? Now, me taking it, I'm taking it with a pinch of salt. I'm open to taking that first loss. This is the part now that I need to be very open with. Now, let's say this market hits me. You see my stop loss size is quite large, but there's a potential this market might actually take me out, change to uptrend and buy. There's a potential reality of that, right? Another reality is market can just tap me, or not even tap me, and then like maybe continue buying. Because this high price need to break this high, and there's a possibility that this market might not tap me and buy, and that's fine. I'll still leave the order like that. But I'm just saying, let's say I lose. I know usually what traders do is I explain below. I don't want to be there. I watch a lot of videos. I don't want to be there. This is just my entry. International short play is still valid because I'm expecting the market to buy from the level. So now you see that if this trade should play out, I can easily make 1 to 5 right? So this is the beauty of entry compared to entering here and then going for 10 pip, and then you will see that we can only make 1 to 2.3 on this setup, right? So I can take more risk by entering at a lower time frame to get precise entry, making 5 times my risk, even though I can potentially lose and have to risk again, but it is okay. Even if I lose the first time, enter the second time and win, I will still make way more than if I just entered and just left it like that. I'll still make way more than that. So it's not a bad risk to reward, right? That's why I potentially have two opportunities I can take. If I take the two losses and I be like, okay, something's wrong with this market, likely maybe every other one, then it's likely liquidity. Then I'll have to switch my account to another account and then take two trades on that if I do have another opportunity. This is why it's good to have multiple problems, right? Because you can potentially have that edge there. So this is set up, and then let's look at NZD because we're still hungry. We can't relax. We have gold. Gold, what are you doing? Gold. Gold is still doing stock. Gold is stock. EU, NZD is stock. G is already buying. That's weird. Anyway, let's see. We have no control over anything we do right now anymore. So all we can do is place the trade. We can hope it plays out. And this is the part where we still have to hope again and be patient again. So I'll stretch again. Let's see. This will be a nice trade, honestly. This will be a nice trade. Coming. Just give me time. right, so let me look at my phone and see if we're already on the trade. So I've not been triggered for some weird reason. I think spread. It will not be nice. Let me zoom in and be sure. So I've been triggered. Oh, I've not been triggered here. So wait, this chart is. Let me shift this zone out of the way first, and then look at this. So okay, so we have. Oh, I think we should be triggered now. Let's see. Still not triggered. Yeah, triggered now. Yeah, so I triggered now. Triggered now. That's cool. So now this is the part where we have to wait. Only God knows how long. It's gonna be crazy. Just have to wait. So this way we can leave this chart because monitoring it back to back is just going to be unnecessary, and we can look into other markets. So any other trade now I get, I would now take it on the 5K. So I've taken a trade on the 10K. So if I get another potential buy, I can take that one on the 5K. Right? But it's just to observe and see. Okay, good. Oh, while we were not able to trigger the alarm, but we have not mitigated the zone. So I'll still drag this again here. So we can keep watching and seeing. Mind you, what we're looking at is we're looking at that internal, that is scalping. This is not the main play of the day. We're just scalping, right? So we're just scalping. So it's good to know that if at all. So what I'll do is I'll rearrange my setup. EU now will be my number one on my watch list because I already placed a trade on EU. So EU will be number one. So it will be easy for me to rotate. And so we're looking at gold. Gold is the market I like the most because gold is very straightforward. Gold is not manipulative. Majority of the time, let's be like that. What you see is what you get with gold. You buy, you go there, you buy, go there, sell. What you see is what you get with gold. That's why I really like gold. What you see is what you get. So, and you can easily make money. If I'm trading prop, I like gold because with gold, my stop loss naturally is big, so I'm not paying commission fees like that, right? At some point, I even like if you're on a bigger account, I would advise to just trade gold, like have gold or silver. It's really really nice. I'm just adding this other market to this to gold because I want to quickly pass this account. Let's see. So at least if this plays, I'll make like 500 to 400 and something, or let's just say 400 to $500 from this trade if it plays out on EU. So now I have to be patient to wait for the setup, patient to wait for price to indicate the zone, patient for price to give us the entry, still patient to see if price will actually play out. Right? Now, personally, when I place a trade, when I started trading in the beginning, what I used to do is I used to I couldn't emotionally handle placing a trade and then watching it, right? Even till date, I don't, not that it's not necessary, but for edge, maybe because I'm trading live, right? If you're trading by yourself, it's a bit different, trading live. So now, since I'm trading live, what that means is everybody will likely see this at some point. What I like to do when I'm trading live or even on my own is when I place that trade, I don't for the first 30 minutes, I don't really look at it because there's nothing I can really do. Right? I can't really control the outcome. You control the analysis, you can't control the outcome. So for that first 30 minutes, I am not bothered. Like I can't be bothered, right? I'll just let it go. If I get a trade, that's fine, right? What I do after like 30, let's say 20 minutes, right? But 30 minutes, in all honesty, like two 15-minute candles, right? I wait for two 15-minute candles because it will give me whether in two candles I know whether I busted the trade, or in two candles whether I'm up some level in profit. If I'm up in profit by a certain figure, I do 50% mitigation. That is, I will just reduce my risk by 50% and do nothing else. I don't break even. That messes your that messes your what's the word now? That messes your play, your P&L. It messes it up. Trade that you should win, you end up taking break even. I don't like that, right? So what I simply do is 50% integration. If I lose, I lose 50%. If I win, I make 5R. If I lose, I lose. I notice that if I lose this, like maybe now this should just immediately goes to stop loss, that's fine. I noticed that even just 50% mitigation, you give that space, you give the market chance that you can still come back to your entry, but not just give you half loss again, right? Will you still lose some trades? Yes, but I find it very hard for the market to mitigate me at 50% and then play back, like play out the game. First, I've never entered a trade that price came back to mitigate me 50% and then still play out. Usually, I have trades that will hit my entry multiple times. I'll be in drawdown and then play out. So I don't like break even. When I teach break even, I advise against break even, right? Because it will make you not have a very solid edge. So that is not nice. Okay, NZUSD shift my this thing here. So we'll be looking at our AU trade. This is 10, so this should be 10:15. So 10:30. So 10:30 we'll look at our AU trade. Whether we have been busted or whether we're still in drawdown or whether we're in profit, right? So that's like how it is. For now we look at the other markets and then we can see. Yeah, so I was ranting then. I said, Omo, when I was trading in the beginning, my heart, you know when you want to place a trade and your heart is beating, boom, boom, boom. Yay! I really pity guys who are trading like right now because the pressure isn't easy, right? But after a while, I got to a point where I can even trade, take a loss in the presence of people. I don't really care, right? I've taken losses in the academy, I've taken profit in the academy, so I don't really care right now, right? But this is live, so this is the first live, official first live that I'm doing now. I'm just showing my trading system, so it would be nice. It would be nice if it plays out as a profitable trade. That would be nice. That would be a good way to start the live, right? But I'm still just observing things. But the loss, no big deal. I'm just trading. I'll look back at it sometime later and be like, oh yeah, yeah. But let's see. But right now, I just do that whole rule of wait for two candles to print because that initial movement, if you see blue, you're happy. You're like, oh, I placed this trade, I'm seeing blue. Then the market not coming blue. Now, Jesus, Jesus. Yeah? No, I still need to go like that. So, just to watch. Usually, what I'll just is be pressing my phone, be on YouTube, watching videos, studying, all of that stuff. That's what I just do. But that's what it is now. To do can really do about that shit. So just to watch and see. This is the first time in a while that I can say in a sense, sure, I'll leave some for later. But anyway, how is everybody doing? I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing nice. trading. I hope you're trading good. I hope you're trading nice. I hope things are going well for you. Um, Maybe sometime I'll have guests. That's what I'm thinking. Honestly, I'm thinking of having like good guests, like good trading guests, because I'm based in Abuja. So I'm thinking of having nice Abuja-based um, traders, right? Let me spitball. Let me speak to the air. Let me prophesy in a sense, right? I'm thinking that maybe someday I'll have Tony Ike on this live. You guys will be with him talking, everybody will be talking. Someday, who knows? Maybe Scooby, Abby, Benson, maybe Smart Money Rich, maybe Glory. A lot of traders that I know, right? Maybe JPFX. A lot of guys, right? Guys who I know that are doing 100K, 20K, 20K, 100K. Who knows? Speedball, right? Just to make it entertaining. But for now, this is the grinding part, right? I need to grind. I need to grind. Let me see. Hopefully, maybe we can do. Hopefully, maybe having like 100 people live at some point with me. All of us just trading, trying to pass our prop, making good money, right? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Let's see. So I was just looking for a science shower, but let's see how things go. Okay, so it's almost 10:30. We'll soon look at our charts and see what is up there with EU. Whether EU is going to give us heart attack or there's going to be a loss or whether it's going to play. But as I said, I think I've showed you guys. I'm basically showing you guys my strategy, honestly, from daily to 1 hour to the 15-minute scarf in alignment with the 1 hour. We can now. This is how it works. So let's say I catch. Let's say this 15-minute trade plays out, it's bullish, plays out, make money, yay. Question: do I trade again? Right now, this is where you need to be really, really sure. For me, if I have this winning trade on my 10K account, I will not trade on my 10K account again, right? This is why having multiple accounts is advisable. So what I'll do is I like to split my risk across prop firms. I don't like risking everything on one, right? I manage two prop firms at a time. So right now, for this challenge that I'll show you guys, for my own personal team, I'll be trading my own. I won't really talk about that. But for this public account, right, I'm trading 5K and 10K. Now, this 5K and this 10K, I'm going to be managing them. They are both still eval, so they are both still evaluation accounts. So I will not, let's say I trade 3 times in a day. And on one of the accounts, I won't even trade 3 times in a day, but let's just do the math. So let's say I trade I take two good trades in a day. I won't take two good trades on one account. I will take two good trades on two accounts. If I have a win and a loss today, let's say this trade today is a loss, right? I lose, for example, what that means is that trade will be on this 10K, and then maybe the win will be on 5K. Like I split my risk across profits. Where people get depression is they trade only one prop. So imagine that you're trading 3 times in a day and it's only one account you have and you take 3 losses. It means you are down 3% on one single account. Compared to taking 3 losses and you are down on two accounts, right? 1% on one and maybe 2% on the other. So now you are down 3%, but you're actually down 2%. You're not down 3%. You took 3 losses, but you're down 2%. At worst, down 1%. So you can recover, right? If you take 3 losses on one account, you will need, in my own case, one winning trade will bring me back. But there are people who their risk reward is 1 to 3. So they take 3 losses today. They will have to take, if they get a winning trade tomorrow, they are not profitable. They are just back to zero. If you are managing multiple accounts, 2 to 3, 3 is quite good, but two, I like two because two is more okay for me. So let's say I'm managing two accounts and you take 3 losses in a day. You are only down 2% in one, 1% the other. Even if your risk reward is 1 to 3, if you get one winning trade on the one that is 1 to 2, that is 2% draw, that is 2% drawdown, you are up 1%. You're not down, you're not back to zero, actually up in profit. So let's say you take 5 losses, right? 5 losses, you won't be 5% in one account, you actually be 3% in one, 2% in another. So it makes the math just tally, right? I don't know if what I'm saying is making any sense, but it just makes the math tally, right? So my advice is when you're trading prop, go for don't go for, like, let's say you have a 50k prop, like you want to get a 50k prop. 50k prop in some prop firms right now is like 300 and something dollar. Don't go for 50k prop if you have only 300 something dollar and you don't have like another 300 something dollar to buy another prop. Just go for a 10k prop, $60, get like two. That is like $120 you will spend, and then you still have money again in case one of the prop firms blow. Now, you're spending $60 to get access to a 1K account, which is your 10K prop. Don't look at, oh, it's just 10K. I won't make any money. No, you're spending $60 to get 1K. You're not trading 50K and then you depend on that 50K for 1 year. That's not realistic, right? You'll be under pressure. You don't want to lose. You'll be managing your risk. If you're down and you're trading only one account, so you can easily lose 3, 4, 5%. Maybe you can take 4 losing trade and all of that. That math will just be affecting you. You get two 10K prop, right? What you do with that, you manage your risk accordingly, right? You are spending, you still have money, you still have like 100 and something dollar to buy another 10K. So now you're trading, you can risk even 2% on the prop, one prop at a time. And you're not even under pressure, you're still cool because you can easily buy 4 accounts. Like that's what makes trading really nice. And if you're losing, if you're having massive losing streak, 3 to 4 losing streak, right? It's spread. It's not on one account. You're not on drawdown 4% on one account. You're on drawdown on 2 accounts. One winning trade or winning trades on both would take you back massively in profit. Let's even say you're only just getting winning trades on one, but on the other one you just keep losing. Yeah, you lose that prop, but the one that you keep getting winning trades on, you pass, you get funded, you make your payouts, and then you can still recover all the money you spent. The goal is buy two, hopefully one gets funded, you get your payout, you make the money you invested, you get a bit bigger account, right? Because you still need money, right? So you don't always want to be trading under pressure. So you get a bit bigger. So let's say I'm starting with 10, I have a 10K now, I have a 5K. The next account I will go for will not be 100K, right? It will be a 25K. If the money I bring up from the payout, if I get payouts, right? If the money I bring up from the payout isn't much, I will not even get the 25. I'll just get another 10K. Like I will not, let's say the payout I get from the 10K is $300, right? $300, I can get a 25K prop and I'll still have money because a 25K prop is like 100 or something dollar, 100 something. So you can buy that and still have money to buy another one, right? Now what I can do is I can now buy a 25K and buy a 10. Now that would be 2 evals again, while I have 2 life. Let's say it's one I pass, right? So that would be 2 evals and then 1 life, and I just be managing like you can actually manage your prop really well and be part. Like the goal is not to buy one big account, pass it, and let the big account fund your lifestyle. The goal is to make profit trading work for you. Get as much accounts as you can get, keep the ones you can keep as long as you can keep them, remove money consistently from them enough that you can offset any even future expenses from any problem you will lose, to the point where you can now start even taking a bit more risk. So we have an alert triggered on gold. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at right now. So let me see NZUSD, still not triggered. So let's go to gold. So gold looks like the one that's looking to clear. So now, as gold, what we can do is go to the 1 minute time frame to what we're looking for. Gold. All right, so this is gold right now. So if I'm trading, if I was giving signals, I was sending signals like this. My stop loss would be, let's see, my stop loss would be 80 peak, right? And I'll be targeting 2.5, like this. So this will be the setup for the signal group, but I'm not sending signals. I'm focusing on my own trading right now. But I have time to be doing content present. So what I'm now looking for, this is very clean. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the market to break this high. I would like this to play honestly because it looks clean. It's not like EU that is messy. EU is a bit 50-50. I don't know if EU play out or not, but gold looks to want to play out. So let's look at the EU play, EU trend. Let's see. Are we busted? Are we in profit? Let's look at what EU has for us. So EU right now we are ranging. So we enter the trade and the market wants to now play with our feelings. But at least we are up in profit by some degree. I don't think we're even up to 1-to-1 yet. I don't think we're up to 1-to-1 yet. Let me see. I don't think we're up to 1-to-1 yet. Because 1-to-1 is no. 1-to-1 is looking at this. So yeah, I've not even up to 1-to-1. So I've not even made my initial risk yet. So I'm just ranging basically. But at least it's reacting of the level that we anticipating. So that's a good sign. But ranging is not a good sign. Ranging is not a good sign. But at least we are in play. Oh, we're buying already. So that's cool. That's cool. Right? So this turning out to be quite good. This turning out to be quite good. The hope is continue buying. Continue buying. Right? Don't give us heart attack. At least it's buying now. But the issue now is will it keep buying or will it come back and hit the busters? Right? That's trading, you cannot know. So I'm looking at AU and gold. So for gold, our main focus will not be on the 10K prop again. Our main focus will be on the 5K prop. The 10K prop is cool, we're in profit, but now this is another mistake I see people do. They will one trade play, they will take it on two accounts. Why? Why did you spend money on getting two accounts if you're not going to spread your risk? Are you fearful that, oh, this market is not going to, are you fearful, you want to rush, you want to hurry? I can understand that, but the reason why you see, Prof trading isn't supposed to feed you. It's like wealth building. I invest $10, I make $100, right? So trading prop is good because you can grow capital. Like you can just passing a prop and getting payouts. You already like you have made 10x. Like let's look at it now. Let's say let's look at the 10K. The 10K is like 60 something dollars. So let's say I get payouts on that 10K prop and I make 3%, which you can see I make 5% on a trade if I'm getting a winning trade. So that number is easy for me. But let's just say I make 3%. I make 3%. What that means now is I make $300. $300 can easily offset 5 next 10K. Like if I want to buy 10K prop again, I can buy one payout. I can buy 5 10K prop firms. I don't forget my point. Like, but that's by the way, that's the math. But I'm talking about like prop firm is for wealth building. So don't rush, don't be in a hurry, don't try and like you want to trade 5, 10, 15, 20, you want to trade everything and pass all of them at once and get funded at once and get paid out at once. If your goal is that, so you know that okay, like there are some mentors of mine like Lena Trades, right? In the prop firm space. She can buy 20, 100K prop, right? 100K prop firms and like accounts, and then she can trade that. If she busts it, she'll buy another 20, right? Like you can trade like that if you want, but you know that okay, I'm not dependent. Like some people will buy this two prop, and it's what they like. They just believe that this thing will change my life. I'll be living up. No, prop firm is wealth building. Prop firm is not to feed you. It can feed you, but even when it is feeding you, you don't expect it to feed you every month. So let's say I make $300 from that first $300 I make, I might not spend it. I might keep it for living expense while I'm still trading the props, right? But I'll keep like maybe I'll just buy maybe one 10K prop again additional just in case one of the prop firms I have bust. I still have another prop I can trade. But I can keep that at least $200 in Nigeria. $200, $300. You're not married. You have a girlfriend, but at least she's not building your life. $300 can do a good, like it can do a like. I know some people obviously go to a party and blow that, but I'm like, let's say you're trying to grow, you're trying to scale. Every time I'm talking, I'm speaking to someone who's just starting, and maybe your level is 5K, 10K, right? If your level is 100K, then you're looking at maybe 1K that will sustain you for a month and stuff like that. But let's say $300. $300 is like 500 something, almost 500K. I might be wrong, but like let's just almost 500K. That's what some people go to a month, go to work for 1 month, transport, feeding, everything. But you're just sitting down in your house, internet, everything, and you're making $400 in a month. Like, I feel like it's going to be under pressure, right? But know that problem is not like, don't trade problem like, oh God, this money is going to help. No, it's wealth building. So even if you lose, it's just a numbers game. If you win, it's still a numbers game. It's not meant to change your life or anything like that. It's just a numbers game. Once you understand that, it will help you a lot. So our EU is already like, I think that should be almost like 2 hours already on the EU. That's quite nice. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this market, it's already, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's not yet at 2R, but it's quite there. It's quite there. So at this point, this is where I do 50% mitigation, right? Personally, for me, this is where I do 50% mitigation. Though I prefer to do 50% mitigation at 2R, but we're not here at 2R. 2R is here. So this is where we need to get to for me to be like, okay, 50% mitigation, right? So let's just see what and say why. Because this market can easily now, realistically, this market can still from here bust, right? So we need to just be a bit more patient. But we're seeing it play out and that's good. XAUSD, I don't know why XAUSD is moving mad. But let's say you enter this trade, like if I was sending this trade to my signal group, I'll place the trade like this, and I'll be like, oh, okay, guys, so everybody will be in drawdown on EU, on XAU, and everybody will be complaining and saying, this mentor no good, this mentor no they make money, this mentor they do Yahoo, and all of that. But this is why conservative entry is quite good, because with conservative entry, you can be sure, like you can wait for more confirmation, right? And that will give you a better either risk to reward, or that will just give you a nice confirmation and stuff like that. So let me see. So what I want to do now is I want to open the 5K. So the 10K account is in profit, but in trading you're not excited. You see, I'm not excited. The excitement I have is not that I'm winning. The excitement I have is that, okay, this is the first time I'm trading. Like, this is my first live. I'm trading live, and people are going to watch this. I hope people watch this though. People are going to watch this, and having a winning trade the first day is not going to be a bad. That is not a bad starting point. That's like a good starting point for me though. But win or lose, I don't really care. I know that I still know that opportunities will still come, and that's what matters. Because opportunities will still come at the end of the day, so that's what matters. It's just to keep. I'm just doing this to make you guys understand. I see trading is very simple. Trading is not hard. Like I know when I say it, like to next time, you can see me come live and say, oh, trading is hard. Don't even trade. But in all honesty, the basic concept you need to understand to make money trading is quite simple. It will take time, yes, right? But it's simple, right? When you understand it, executing is easy. You see that the only thing I've spent is time. I've not racked my brain even once to like hope that this market will buy us. I don't care, right? Because I have an edge. I know that okay, if everything should align, this should be how it should align. I already have that on lock, right? And I have time on like I've paid the price in a sense. I've not paid the price or at least I'm scaling time, but at least the basic concept is there, is unlocked. So every other thing now is just time and chance. Like be available when the market is available, and if the chance presents itself, take it. And if it plays out good, then play out fine. It's just a loss. It's one arm. It's one arm. So like, that's how you just have to look at it. So for the 5K, if this gold trade should play out, I'll be risking $50. My average stop loss on gold is usually 100p. Like I think, but because of how this is like 800p, I think my stop loss will be smaller this time. So my stop loss might maybe be 60 to 70p. So let me just say 70p, 70p, and then divide by, so 50 divided by 70 divided by 10, that will be 0.06. You see why I like gold? 0.07. So I don't need to pay commission. But this EU now, even if I make money, the commission I will pay, oh my god. Like, I would honestly advise you're trading prop, trade BTC, trade gold. EU, GU, they are good. If you're scalping, if I'm day trading, my stop loss is like 10 to 20, but if you're scalping, woo, these guys will chop you. Like these guys will chop you. Profits will chop you. So I'm looking to be risking like lose just $20. Do I reduce my lot just to compensate to make it like if I lose it just be averaging 100. But you're looking at above basically reduce the top side too. So I shaved up my lot size instead of risking 2 lots. I'm risking 1.6 lots. That 1.6 lot now is just shaving off. Sorry, that 1.6 lot now is shaving off. You see, it's looking like it's not going to play. It's looking like it doesn't want to play. Ooh, this is not looking nice at all. I say gold is not looking nice. Oh, EU2 is already even pulling back down, but it is a bit safer. But gold is looking like it wants to. Gold is looking like it wants to. Gold is looking like it wants to not buy from our level, which is good. NZUSD, are you at our level? No. So NZUSD is now our level, still not at our level, and then we are not happy. So NZUSD is still messy. Gold looks like it wants to sweep this low completely. But if you sweep this low completely, then it's so weird because now it means this market might likely sell, which is be weird. The prediction will now be off. The prediction will not be off. But it is what it is. Maybe what is playing out is this one here, this internal structure play. Maybe that's what's playing out, which is not bad though. You can still capitalize on it. But this is, if I was doing instant execution, I would be gashing my teeth, hoping to not lose this trade, but it's what it is. But let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. No do, no do, no do, no do. Alright, so let's see, let's see. So looking at 0.07 to about 0.1 lots that I would likely place for gold if it gives us the entry. EU, I don't know, it's already playing out. You don't have control over anything, like people. You don't have control over anything. So the only thing you just have to do is wait. But this would be nice. If this one plays that, that'll be two prop, like my 5 or my 10 likely in profit for today. I will be very happy. I will take both. With that, I think I'll be done for to be honest. Like call it day trading and I'll just move on to other things. Maybe I might do a video and post on social media. Just talk about how to do it, play out and blah blah blah. That's just all. So let's go back again to check the EU. Are you rejecting at any level? Nope. Let's come back here. Alright, so gold is already going towards the high. We're already rejecting of the high. So there's a potential good play that we can take on the 5K. Let's see. So it just depends on how the market closes, right? So if you enter this trading stay execution, you'll be like, oh, okay, you are now what? So instant execution, you be a bit in profit. There's the possibility that we might not get entry, right, on this, which would be sad, but that's just life. So what we have is we have this opportunity here, and my stop loss, as I said, we'll be looking at maybe 70p. Yep. So 0.07 of this if it plays out. So what I want to say now is I want to see the market break this high. If it breaks this high, I'll immediately play 0.03. If it doesn't, so then it just means market wants to sell. It's already been rejecting. So it means market wants to sell, and that will be sad. That will be really sad because I like to see the market. I would like to buy. But sales, they will change our bias, change our analysis. Yep, rejecting massive. Let's see A, because usually when A is doing this, I'm thinking, when gold is doing, I'm thinking A is going to follow suit. So let's see. The good thing is, I would prefer if the market is going to sell to not give me entry confirmation. Honestly, I hate when the market gives entry confirmation and busting. Like immediate busting. That is not nice. At least give me a chance to do 50% indication. I think even I would ideally want to do 50% indication on this area, but why not? Instead of day 50, let's just mitigate it a bit. What the heck? Let's just do that. Personally, I don't even look at my chart this long to even try, but these are the issues. So what I'll just do is I'll just do 50%. No, I'll just reduce it. Should I? Nah, let's just stick to the risk. If we lose, we lose. No big deal. Let's stick to the edge that we have. Let's just stick to the edge that we have. Gold, are you buying? Are you selling? What are you doing, sir? What are you doing, sir? What are you doing, sir? Are you buying? Are you selling, sir? Us. So we have to stretch again. I honestly don't believe how I honestly don't know how traders do it, like how they sit down for hours. Damn, it's crazy. Oh yeah, yeah. Alright. So this email I need to screenshot it and then I need to screenshot it. So this is how I've not even journaled this PEP. Let me journal it right now. So zoom in here and then I just screenshot this. I screenshot it, copy link, and then I just paste on my journal. My Notion journal. It's really helpful. I'm not even gonna lie. Like it's helpful. I'm screenshotting this. So what I'll do now is I'll screenshot my XAU retrieval right now. Also 15 minutes count. So you see now, let's look at it from the perspective of okay. Now, if I was trading one account, right, I'll be thinking of also placing gold. EU now has not even played out there, where I'll be like, oh, okay, EU trade is playing out now. So now, do you understand? That means if I take, let's say, EU bust, gold bust, 2% drawdown, just like that, doesn't make any sense. Do you get? Compared to 1%, 1%. So these are like some of the things that honestly is until you like really understand how trading works in the space you are looking to trade. You can't trade profit in life. You need to look at trading from a numbers game. If I buy two prop, I'm looking just for one to I'm honestly just looking for one to work, and I can get my payout and recover my investment and keep it on top and then continue from that. I honestly have forgotten how I even I've honestly forgotten how this whole Notion this thing even came. Like this particular Notion template I have. So I don't know how I can even share with you guys, honestly. I don't know how to share with you guys honestly if I want to even share it. That's like the sound reality. Woo! Sound. Woo! Ah, see me trying to screenshot. Wait first. So less. Okay. So I'm looking like he wants to play. Why are you rejecting of this level? What's in that level? What's in that level, young man? Why are you rejecting? I hate reactions like this. I hate reactions. Basing my zone of this level is crazy. But looks like this market just let me just say another line there, regardless. I'll leave this with them. I want to screenshot my trade play and see. Ew, this one just keep giving up attack. Let's see. Alright. Let's see. Now, this is where most people also mess it up. Now, look at EU now. You see that now. Let me give you guys two scenarios for EU right now. Scenario one, bust, which as a trader, honestly, once you have peace of mind knowing that okay, this can bust, that's good. Now, do you want it to bust? No, I always don't want it to bust. I won't spend my money waking up, do analysis, all of that to get the right direction and then expect bust. No, I won't want that, right? But this is where you must understand that trading is holding, right? Now, worst case scenario, I entered at the right time. Yeah, I don't know if some people call it sniper entry, but I entered at the right time. Now, scenario one, boss, hits my stop loss, I lose the money I wanted to lose. Fine. Scenario two, and this is where beginner traders react that traders that I will likely not act, right? Which is I won't start immediately thinking um, bunny house like mine. I won't have the bunny house mindset that oh I was seeing profit but now I'm losing. No, I need to make sure that I don't lose. Blah blah blah. Start maybe shift my stop loss to break even. So yes yes yes. Do you understand? No, right? The worst that can happen is 1 hour. That's like see, I'm not stacking. I don't stack, right? So if I was stacking and I opened 10 positions here, yes, I'll be panicking. But I don't stack. I just place 1 hour. If I lose, it's one. This is why problem is so nice. Like if I lose, it's 1 hour. But if I win, I make five. So drawdown should not affect me, right? If I lose one. That is the worst that can happen. And the only thing I have to do is hold. Like I literally just have to hold to be sure that okay the trade. But Bunny House like mindset, oh you start closing, start covering. You only do that if you are not really afraid of loss or if you're in too much drawdown. And you can solve all those things by just taking the right trades and splitting your risk. You will usually lose more than you win. But you split your risk in such a way that your losses are not so it's not only on one account, there's no much pressure on you, right? So the worst that can happen on this is one. The best that can happen is 5. Just let it be. Trigger, let it be. That's like the best way to look at it. So gold right now is doing its own mathematical rejections here. What is to pay me with reactions like this is two things. Either the market will react in such a way that it will just buy, like you see massive buy now, like boom, 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 no means to even enter again, right? Which that would be really annoying. So let me place my trade 0.07. As you guys know, it's not hard. Gold, buy limit. I usually use limit orders. So 0.07. My price would be what? My price would be 4715.23. Just in case maybe somebody one imaginary person is there, then 4708.23. Right? Simple. That's my trade. What am I risking? $50. Don't finish, oh. Nothing, don't finish. If the market trigger me, trigger me. It doesn't trigger me. I've placed the trade. Alright, now I'm trading. I've taken 2 trades. I've spread the risk. At this point, I can even honestly call it a day, right? Because I don't want to be completely live throughout the whole day. I don't want to be completely live the whole time. So this is what I'll do now. So what I'll do now is I'll call it a day now. Right? I'll call it a day now. We'll place the trades, we'll split the risk. I'm not looking to take any other trade except we get like main play. So the market should mitigate my higher level zones. That's when I'll be interested in any other thing. For now, I've placed the trades, I've split my risk. The only thing I can do now is have patience, nothing else. I can't really do anything else again. And this trade will take like 2 to 3 hours to play. Let's say even an hour. So, and news is coming. I think there's news coming 2 minutes from now, 1 minute from now. So there's news coming. Let's even, I think what we'll do is we'll wait for the news. Once the news comes out, we'll see if it's a bust or if it's good. 1 minute, it's almost 1 minute. Let's see. It's a speech. Oh, it's speech. Oh, okay. It's speech. So it's speech. You can't get any consensus or actual. So all we can just do is we'll cross our fingers and hope the market doesn't bust us. That's all. It's just speech. All right. So as I said, I'm calling this a day. Everybody, it was nice doing this live. Within the hour, maybe an hour, 2 hours from now, we'll do another live and we'll see if the trade will play out. And we'll use that as a basis to know if we'll have a nice trade today or not. Yeah. So I call it a day. I want you guys to have a nice day. So now I'm gonna just call it. Alright, so I'll end this live now.